Okay, so we've got a 1978 FJ55, rust-free, and we picked it up and looking for basically a customer that can go two ways with it, two options. One is have us fully restore it for you, or as is. And right now, we've got a couple key features on the truck itself. Is we have no rust. You can see in the floors down where they usually start rotting pretty bad. There's nothing there. There's nothing on the rockers. There's nothing in the seat. All this stuff is still good. The hood's in excellent condition. The fenders, the doors, front and rear doors we have from Toyota. NOS about 12 years ago is when they were purchased. Those are still, they come with the truck basically. And the grill's perfectly straight. Obviously all the seats and everything, all the interior's got to get redone, but the good thing about that is we have all of the weather stripping, NOS Toyota OEM parts for all the weather stripping, windows, doors, gaskets, felts, tailgate. This door has never been operated. It's never had a lock in it. It's never had a latch in it. It's been on the truck when the guy that we picked it up from started doing mock-up for his restoration. But as you can see, the floor is just it's a little dirty, but it's perfect. There's not even pitting on the inside rust-wise. It came out of a dry state. Disc brake front end, obviously. Normal drums set up in the rear, and the gutter's good, the quarters are good. There's no mud back here whatsoever. It's all steel, every piece of it. The wheel wells haven't been beat on really hard. The tailgate's straight. We have NOS taillights and lenses for this, brand new in the box. We've got a brand new tailgate handle. So buying it as is, it'd be a perfect restoration project because you don't have to source all the parts that you cannot even get anymore. They're all here. This thing even has factory dealer installed AC, which is really, really hard to get. Again, you can see there's no rust in the front corner sections. We're on the rockers. They're perfectly straight. Everything is gorgeous. What the previous owner did, they did do some shackle extensions, which is, something that's less to be desired. The springs are just old, so that was his way of fixing that, but that's not a big deal. Inside, we can see the factory AC condenser or the compressor. It will need to be rebuilt, but it's there. We have all the lines and everything else. This motor was also supposedly rebuilt and never fired. And when I talked to the previous owner, it's been sitting for about 8 years. It's got oil in it, and without putting all the electronics and everything else, we don't know if it'll fire or not, but either way, it's still a great candidate to maybe just do a quick hone if you have to. The carburetor was rebuilt. We have all the stuff on the inside, headlight buckets, heater switch, the booster, the steering column, everything else. This is a really, really rare truck in the shape that it's in. This is the cleanest one I've ever seen. Maybe not running, but the cleanest thing that I've ever seen. Let's see what else here. Parts wise, if you wanted to do as is sale, we'll go walk through the parts. If not, restoring this truck will be actually relatively easy because all of the parts that are hard to find are there. And so we're just going to kind of go through and point out some things. So the previous owner wrapped up all the old parts along with the new parts, as in the weather stripping, hose clamps, a lot of all that really small knick-knack stuff that's generally hard to find. Things like this, you can't find these bad boys anymore. Granted, it needs to be cleaned up, but it's there. It's all there. Brand new rubber for the steering column. I don't know why it has overspray on it, but that's not a big deal. It's just rubber. We've got all the small knick-knack stuff. If we walk in here, we can show you the really fun part. Okay, so we have this truck will come with factory dealer installed AC. This is the blower unit that goes on the outside of the firewall. It's in really, really good shape. And it connects to this piece. This piece is highly sought after if you're doing a 55 and you want factory AC. This is it. This is the Mac Daddy. I have never seen one in my entire life. I've seen them online, but I have never actually seen one. So this will bolt inside of the cab to the blower motor. Okay, so you've got that. You've got all the Toyota wiring there. None of the wiring is messed up or cut. And you've got the dryer. And then what we also have, which is the funnest part, is it has the Nip and Denso markings. This is the vent system, and you turn this on, and you know, off you go. The colder is number 10, and obviously nothing is off. And this plugs right into that unit, controls the AC section of it, and off you go. So I have, this is the second one I've ever seen, this section right here. I've never seen that section in real life or that one. And I don't know exactly if that's the same part number as a normal factory blower, but I have a feeling it's probably a little bit different in some way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, okay, so this is an 8-blade fan. This is a non-US FJ55 fan. Okay, so it's brand new. It's still got the numbers on it, and these were sold in, I think they were Saudi Arabia, because it's really, really hot. So the normal factory US ones were 7-blade. So that'll work perfectly with an AC system to keep her cool. We have tons of weather stripping. Tons and tons of NOS weather stripping. And for the windows, the doors, the tailgate. We can't find this stuff anymore. The dealer doesn't make it. Spectre bought basically all of it when they were making it, and they're out of it. And now it's all aftermarket stuff, and some of it doesn't fit real well. So having all the factory part numbers is fantastic. Some more weather stripping for one of the doors. Inside here we have the old shifter boots, along with brand new shifter boot from Toyota, from Spectre, and also wiper caps. I've never seen one for a pig. We've got 2 of those. We've got an air horn deal. We've got a factory gas cap. We've got a factory brand new mirror. I actually have the mirror inside of a special box, but this is, as you can tell, it is brand new for a 55. The mirror with the glass is actually in a box so we don't mess it up. Some more weather stripping rubber for some windshield or rear glass. What is this? Rear quarter window weather stripping for the rear doors. And it just goes on and on. We have another box full of this stuff. Fuel filter, I wouldn't use it just because it's open, but NOS. And then these bad boys right here. This is highly sought after in the pig market. No one can even get their hands on these things. They're still rubbery. These are the defrost hoses for the AC or the heater system. And then air horn, NOS air horn, rubber. Haven't even seen a new one ever. All of this stuff is all the window felts. You cannot get this stuff anymore. It's like, it's gone. It's over with. So this stuff is probably valued, all the NOS parts that I'm telling you about are probably valued around $9,000 to $12,000 just in itself. All the door felts, inner and outer. Here's the other part of the heater section. It's in really, really good shape. Let's see, what else was there? Oh, one of them. Okay, so we have an NOS tailgate handle. You cannot get these new. The only thing you can do is find used ones, and half of those are all broke. They don't make these things anymore. No one makes reproductions. This right here in itself is worth a lot of money to a pig guy. And then, so are these. Brand new mirrors. Never been installed, never been used, never been cleaned. That right there is the honey. We've got 2 of those with the rubber that goes behind them to the door. Inside here, and you can see it's still pliable. It's not hard, it's not cracked. Absolutely gorgeous. These things are not easy to find. We also have a brand new headliner for the truck. We've got all the glass. Also, the best part about the glass is in this box right here, there's a Toyota NOS FJ55 windshield, which was, when it was bought, it was $800. And more NOS parts, NOS fenders. You can see this one still has the tag on it. Never been unwrapped. And then we have the other 2 NOS front doors. Never been installed. That's a again, unobtainium, you cannot find them. The rear tailgate has been primed, and it is super straight. It's a really nice tailgate, completely disassembled. We've got the radiator for it, it's in really good shape. We've got the floor mats aren't perfect. That's just some random booster, I don't know why it's in there. We've got the original door panels off the truck. Obviously they need to be redone. They all need to be redone, it's just part of the game. The upper fender sections are really good. The tailgate panel's really straight. The wiper cover is really straight. And inside this box is a lot of the small parts on the inside of the truck that will have to be refurbished, repainted, things like that. But all the old stuff that we took off the truck is actually in there, all the old weather stripping. In here we got all the brand new U-bolts. That is not even a pig part. That is a 40 part. It's a 68 FJ40. Anyway, in this section we have all the door parts that he took apart, bagged and tagged and labeled. All the handles, all of the cranks, all the really small stuff that is not necessarily hard to find, but it's all there, which is good. We've got the factory exhaust tins, heat deflectors. The factory exhaust that bolt underneath the body. They're all still there, which is also a very good thing. That's stuff you can't find. In this box we've got more of the same random interior parts, e-brake parts, brake lines, a lot of the knick-knack stuff that you need. In here, this thing is in just fabulous shape. Usually they crack and they start getting bowed and everything else. This thing is actually in really good shape, so that's definitely a plus. That box, more of the same. A lot of the old parts that came off that need to be refurbished. This 78, 79 FJ55 washer and overflow. Hard to find. Absolutely hard to find. Got the gas filler neck, the kick out for the hood. Got the steering column over here, which is in really good shape. No cracks. Just needs to get cleaned up. The plastic's in good shape. The column's barely even scratched. That's a gem in itself. And what else do we got? Okay, so what we have here is, again, a lot of the small inside stuff. Here's a line for the air compressor, or the AC, sorry. And we've got your coil, an igniter. Got some more interior parts. Gas. What's this? That looks like the buzzer for the seatbelt warning. Thing looks brand new. Probably is. We also have zinc-coated headlight buckets. So that's a plus. And we've got the air horn, we've got some grills, we've got the glove box door. That looks like it's in really good shape here. We've got some extra bezels, charcoal canister, re-zinced hood latch. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's the dash. Old dash. We also have those things. Yeah, those are the grill parts that go in the back, the quarter panel. They look really nice. We've got the only thing we don't have is a good dash, like the actual dash pad itself. But just use the old one and get a cap for it. That's basically the only way that would work. We also have the NOS tail lights. They're in the shop, but they are brand new in the box. The lenses and the housings. We also have here, I don't know if this is NOS or if someone refurbished this and made one from scratch. I've never seen one, but that's the firewall insulator for the inside of the truck. The cuts look like they're supposed to be where they're supposed to be, which is a good thing, so I'm thinking it is NOS. I could never get the guy to talk about that for whatever reason. But anyway, we've got all the parts. All the parts are here to build this truck. Nuts and bolts, all that stuff. Bumpers are here. The rear bumper's actually in decent shape. It needs a little bit of tweaking. No big deal. The front bumper will come with it, or we can find a new one too. Inside of this bag is all the dash components, the switches, those little vent things for the inside cargo area. Come on, baby. Come on out of there. Got the center cover. It's in really good shape. Goes underneath this bad boy. Uncut. If you notice, it has not been modified for an aftermarket late model radio, which is awesome. It's very nice and clean. All the wiring and everything has been inside and has not been exposed. It doesn't look like it's ever been exposed, which is a really good sign. So basically there's two things we can do. One, an offer on the truck as is with all the parts, or two, if you're looking for an FJ55 restoration and you want AC, this is the truck for you. Absolutely.